Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. So today we're here with another war video. This is going to be war number 3 of season 21. And we're going to be taking on CADBL, or Allied RuleR. So this is another bit of a big war for me. I think I have 9 fights in this war. 5 of them are not going to record, so that's going to be a fun time. So we'll have to come back to this screen later on to show you my 5 fights that did not record. And then we'll have that Magneto. We're going up path 1. We got that Ebony Maw. And then I'm also going to be taking... Am I taking any minis? I don't know. So yeah, we're just going to join with our team here, and then we'll just skip ahead. So we're going with the team of Quake, Warlock, Magic. It's a very common team. I'd say those are my 3 best attackers. And we're just going to go back to this clip to show you the fights that failed. So... first up on this node, we have Dormammu on Steady Build Up Fury. And what I did is I quaked this. Dormammu's not a defensive champion, so I just did regular deck style. I went out of the fight with 100% health. Not really anything difficult. And then we went up against this Magic on the next node, and there's actually Power Focus 1. And the thing that makes Magic hard is her getting to, like, the higher the level of special attack she's getting to, her chances increase. So at Sig 200, it's a 50% chance at 1 bar, 75 at 2, and 100% chance at 3 bars to get Limbo. So what I did is I went into the fight, and my plan was to only let her get to 1 bar power the entire fight. So I went in with Magic, of course, who is, in my opinion, the best counter to this node. The only other option for this fight to be, like, unbelievably safe. I know other champs could take it and just take chip damage and live. The only unbelievably safe one is Omega, so that you don't trigger the Limbo. Blade could also do it, but that's also RNG, and Magic just got through it very nicely. Whenever she had a bar of power, so I did a shortened first combo so that she didn't get to a bar of power. I did medium, light, 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 which on Power Focus 1 does not give a full bar of power. And then I went in with 3 combos, and that combined with the damage from first landing a blocked hit after my combo and then reparrying actually made me go to the fight with about 65% health, so very clean. And then we went up against this Medusa on Steady Build Up Mini. We quaked that, also left with 100% health, flawless quake fight. And then we went and we took this Domino on this node. So it's actually not very well known that Warlock is in fact the #1 best counter in the game to this fight. And you may be wondering why. Why is Warlock a good option for Power Snack Domino? You know what? Power Snack anyone. Warlock can be an incredible option. And I actually don't have the video of me doing it this time, but I have a video coming up where I take this fight later with Warlock in the season, so you guys will see it there. But you guys will just have to wait for that. Ideally, I get all the way up to War 10 out within the next 2 days, so that's the goal. And then we went up to this Korg on Mixmaster, and I quaked that. I've quaked this fight like 3 times now. It's really not a hard fight. It's just regular parry style quaking with the White Magneto pre-fight. Never triggered Stubborn once. It was a flawless fight. From block damage, I ended with about 80%, and then I went in... Let's go to this next clip. So this is right after. You see my Warlock's a little low. That's because I got parried into 5-hit combos. Not from anything else. I was at like 90% almost at the end of this fight. So we're going to heal up Magic and Quake here, I'm pretty sure, because I know for a fact Magic has 1 more fight, but the rest are all Quake fights. So I did turn on half suicides for this. And whenever I use Magic, I almost always use half suicides. The only time I don't use half suicides, there's actually a war coming up. I think it's War 9, where I have like 10 fights, or maybe 9, 8 or 9, I'm not sure. Plus a final boss, and the boss I take with Void, so I actually I can't use suicides with Void. So yeah, but Quake's also amazing with suicides. As you can see, this node, the whole point of this node, two ways to play around this node. You can turn off decks and block their special attacks, or you can never let them throw bar power. And if they never throw a bar power, you're never going to get the passive shock. Another option is, of course, to use Doom, who's immune to the shock. But yeah, this is a very, very clean Quake fight. I don't have anything to say about it. Just 1 minute of quaking. I've got pretty good at quaking in war, and I'm very confident now. And then let's go into this next fight. So this is going to be Captain Marvel movie, and I was actually highly debating using magic on this fight. I end up going in with Quake, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer fight, but in hindsight, I do believe that was the best option. I could do this fight with my eyes closed with magic. Of course, since the limbo damage actually drains her from the same ability, the energy damage that activates when you hit into her block. So, of course, we're not going to cancel out the regen unless we're holding heavy, but right there we turned it off. So at least for the next cycle, it's not going to activate, and then once that cycle finishes, it's going to come back. So you see right there the cycle finished, it comes back. But I don't really know if we trigger Vigor too much. Oh, and sorry, it comes back when they hit an interval of like the 25%. It has nothing to do with the timer. I should have specified that. So you see right here as this ends, we're going to push her under 50 and it comes back. Excuse me. Doesn't really matter if your opponent's defensive. If there's any champion that does not cancel evade and doesn't have any double mediums, Quake might be the best option for this node. I could see someone not timing out, but someone having a long fight against someone like Old Man Logan or Archangel, because they're, of course, immune to ability accuracy reduction. I would have mentioned long shot, but the class advantage just basically more than cancels out the regen. But I don't think it's possible to time out to that fight. And then we're going up against this Doom. So I actually was assigned to take this fight with Quake. I talked with my leader. This was... I think this season I planned like 7 of the 12 wars. This just happened to be one of the wars I didn't plan. He did ask me what paths I could take, and I said, just give me any path that the team of Magic and Warlock can take, and then give me a third champion. So he gave me this. He's like, use Quake, and I'm like, nope, I'm not using Quake. That is a bad idea. So there is a little bit of a risk with Quake, and I will tell you what that is. So I've seen this in some 4Loki videos, that the way they take this fight is they play it pure parry style, and the goal is to never trigger decks. But there's a little bit of a problem with that, and that is the fact that when you're in the corner and after you parry, there's a small chance that rather than hitting into your block or dashing back, the enemy AI actually decides to throw a random heavy attack. And if you were to be using Quake and you're fast enough to charge a heavy attack to evade it, it's not a problem. But if you have to Dex, then Buffet is going to nullify that Dex first, healing up Doom pretty significantly, which is really annoying. And the second thing it's going to do with Doom's Sig ability is it's going to put a shock on you. And then if for some reason he decides to throw another heavy before that shock is over, then you will simply just get you'll get stunned and you'll take a lot of damage. So I have taken a rank 3 6-star on this node in the off season with Magic, and the fight went way better than this. I don't know what I was doing. I think I triggered Dex twice in this fight. I fought like garbage, but we still get that fight down. It took almost 2 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah, we're going into this next fight. So luckily I was able to coordinate things well. I'm actually taking this after the boss got down. So the reason I waited for the link to go down is so that I could do deck style against this Ebony Maw. So no one that came on the left side, paths 1, 2, or 3 in section 2, had any champs that were A, useful for boss, B, backup for like boss, or any of the minis whatsoever. He planned it out really nicely so that I could Quake this deck style. I could have done this fight very, very easily if I just did parry style, but this was just like a backup. Like if there's no reason for me to progress before the boss goes down, and I'm going to be available the entire time until war's over that day. I don't have work or anything. There's absolutely no reason not to wait. So I cleared it with 4 hours left. We cleared the boss about 20 minutes before this. And then Run's just going to make a little bit of a comment in chat. I'm not really sure if I'm blocking it right now or not. But yeah, we got that fight down really nicely. Then the guy on path 4 came and cleaned up that fight with his Quake. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And let's go to the... Did I just... Oh, I just went to the game. I was so confused. So that's going to be the end of the war. We actually did take home the W against CADBL. Not our best war, I'll be honest. I think we died like 19 times. Like that. 19. Oh my god, that's really bad. We usually average about like 12. And I got an MVP spot, don't care about that. But 9 attacker kills. Unfortunate that you guys didn't get to see 5 of them. But hopefully the last 4 is enough for a video. So yeah, that makes us 3-0 on the season, and I have 0 deaths, and I'm now 27 out of 27, so averaging 9 fights a war. And I have a PSR of 100%, so that's pretty good with me. Of course, it's not going to stay 100% the rest of the season, as you guys are going to see in the videos I upload soon. But that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.